Hello and welcome to another episode of Minneapolis by Night. Today we have Nikolai and two unknown player characters meeting at the vineyard. So as you guys are, well, while we're at the bar, Nikolai is currently sitting there poring over some data that himself and Miriam acquired the other day. He's kind of sitting off by himself in the table that he and his mentor normally occupy. Listen, because he's got some arcane going. And he's just kind of sitting there at the bar. You notice there's kind of a wide space around him. The vampires are keeping their distance, but even the guru and the other mages are kind of keeping their distance. Mages more so because they don't really know this guy very well yet. And because there's not any any players for them at a character, that's the reason why. He's just sitting there poring over data. You guys are gonna do your intros.
Okay, well, I was actually going to step outside for a hot second, but I'm not going to leave you hanging here. Yeah, so this redhead walks into the bar and, the vineyard, and she just kind of, looks around with an exasperated look, and she, goes and sits down at one of the ends of the bar area. And no, she absolutely is here. She orders a beer and a few shots of whiskey, Irish whiskey.
Huh.
Jameson.
Well, how close is she sitting to Nikolai?
How close is Nikolai to the end of the bar?
He'd be like the end of the bar. He's like on a table about maybe 5-10 feet away from the end of the bar.
All right. So she just kind of she's glancing around and.
You said she's right at the end of the bar?
Right at the end of the bar, yep. She throws the shot back.
Okay, well, you're hearing what appears to be chilling, the crackling of fire faintly in the background.
She kind of looks around after she does her shot, provided I succeed her stamina roll, which I shouldn't have a problem with. Shots are always a stamina roll. Oh my god. Sorry, Joey. My sheet doesn't want to open.
Now, can you roll for it even? Is Dice Stream working for you?
Yeah, it's working for me.
Okay. He's not drinking, you notice. He's just sitting there reading the data.
Okay. She just kind of, okay, repeat, you're reading what?
Data.
Data?
Like he's got something on a tab and
on a tablet, okay.
Yeah.
And you're within 10 feet of me?
Yeah, so you're close enough for his echoes to be hitting you. Is why you're hearing the screaming of children and the crackling of a fire.
She just kind of glances at him the fuck?
Let me make a perception alertness to see if he even notices you. This is the first time you've met this character, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, he looks mostly like his picture. He's got a few more tattoos than in the picture. But other than that, he actually looks really similar to his picture. He is wearing a ring on one of his fingers, though. That if you get closer, you can inspect.
Okay.
So yeah, three 3 successes he notices.
That she
He
just
notices your
glanced.
glance at him. Yeah. And he'll direct a look her way, like kind of quizzical, like, excuse me? I'm sorry?
They both kind of have like the same. She's got the what the fuck, and he's got the yes. She kind of just like makes a pointing motion at his tablet because she can hear it.
He'll hold it up. He'll tap something and hold up and show it, like show screen to her, and it's literally just a wall. It's just graphs and things going. Don't have any music going.
Okay. And she orders another shot. No, F it. She orders 2 shots. And she'll actually like walk over and she'll be like, I can hear that over there. My name's McKenna, and she offers him a shot.
I'll take the shot. Nikolai. And you notice his very slight accent, but it's kind of hard. Unless you've been around a lot of people from a lot of different places, it would be really hard to place his accent. So you need to make a stamina roll, correct?
No. Oh, that's right. She's flat twos. Nope.
She's like, he made it.
She didn't.
Ironic.
She's like,
yeah, Fiona didn't make the stamina roll to not get drunk.
Off of 2 shots and a beer.
So he'll take the shot down and he'll set it down. And he'll kind of turn his head to the side and I know what you're hearing. And he just kind of goes back to what he was doing.
Okay, what am I hearing?
Have you ever met a magi? And he'll look at her with like his eyebrows kind of raised, like almost like a teacher would look at you.
To the best of my knowledge, no.
Some of us go through trying times in our lives that leave an echo on our soul.
Tell me about it.
That's what you're hearing. You see, he actually reaches into his pocket, and you see him make like a motion. What he's doing is he's reaching his pocket, and he's just rubbing his thumb along his gun to use as his foci for his prime sight. Yeah, so he can see the primal energy. He sees basically your amount of primal energy, so he knows she's a guru.
Okay.
Or at least he can probably guess she's a shifter of some sort.
Actually, you know what? I have something too. I have Scent of the True Form.
I think that's higher difficult or requires more successes.
It's a diff 10 for a mage.
Holy shit. Well, probably because they're not too discernible from humans.
4. I have 6 dice I can roll for that. I believe I have. Oh, no 10s. Nope.
I mean, he did literally just tell you what he was.
Well, regardless, she's kind of curious as to what that smells like. It'd be nice to know what that smells like, but now to pick it up to be able to use that gift later.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see her like taking a breath.
He kind of smiles at her and goes back to what he was doing. You see him take out a pair of dice and he rolls on the table just really quickly.
Am I bothering
as soon as he rolls them, he scoops them up and puts them back in his pocket. No, you're not bothering me. I'm just looking over this data, trying to discern some facts from it.
Oh.
What he did there was activated his entropy sight, so he's basically seeing the weaknesses in things. He's trying to figure out more weaknesses in the pattern of the data he has.
So you have an interesting accent. Where are you from?
Romania.
Oh, okay, okay.
I've been living over here long enough to pick up your accent, though.
Oh, here. Here. She kind of actually, she's like, do you want another shot?
He'll shake his head. I'd prefer to stay sober for this thing. You know. It's of great importance. I try and figure.
Oh, well, I probably won't be of much help to you there.
And just kind of shrugs. He has only appearance too, so he's not like the most attractive either.
She's got appearance of 3.
Yeah, so she's more attractive than he is.
Yeah, she doesn't. She doesn't care. She's talking to you. Oh, so you've been? How long have you been around in this city?
Got in, I think, a few days ago.
Oh, okay, I've been here a little bit longer. So what do you think so far?
I think there's an awful lot of leeches in this city. And he kind of curls his lip at that. He'll probably throw one of the vamps sitting in the bar a dirty look.
Yeah. Too many, if you ask my opinion.
Well, I'm not directly allowed to hunt any of them.
Here, neither am I. She just kind of...
Doesn't mean I can't fuck with the pieces of shit on my own. As long as I don't directly harm them.
Touche. All the more power to you, too. Wouldn't it be excellent if we could all just burn, meet the sun, maybe?
There's subtler ways to handle them.
Oh, there's subtler ways to handle many things. But
He'll grin her.
That's
I'm
nature.
already liking this one. Yes. You could say I'm a personification of nature myself. In fact, I read that she was a girl with life and crime.
Probably. Oh, crap. Give me a second, Joey.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna put this on mute. Yeah, we'll say that she's basically excused herself to go get. We'll say she comes back with just whiskey on the rocks this time.
Well, I know Ari's trying to get in on this. So.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Ari will be in just a second.
Ari's right there.
Oh, he showed up.
Yeah, I have my instant messenger eats links, and it's the only thing that provides any kind of sound feedback when you send me stuff. So you have to send me things around the link, not just the link.
Okay.
Okay? Because I didn't get the thing until Josh told me stuff.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
So currently it's McKenna and Nikolai sitting at the bar.
All right.
The Fiona got drunk on her second shot, and the Ethanatoid just downed his shot like a boss and is not drunk yet.
Still drinking.
And Miriam heads in after meeting Josh's character outside earlier, which is another scene.
Oh yeah.
Nikolai will wave to Miriam.
Miriam will head over, and as usual, she'll order a water.
The redhead clearly is not drinking water. It's whiskey. A big glass of it. And she's pestering Nikolai here about what he's doing.
Nikolai
is
going over the data that we collected.
Miriam nods and looks
Miriam.
Friend of yours?
She looks up. She's like, "I'm McKenna."
Guess you could say she's a friend.
Extends a hand.
Miriam will shake it. Miriam Cohen.
Nice to meet you.
And Miriam will run a thumb around her necklace and bring up Prime Sight. Hey, is McKenna supernatural or not?
Oh yeah, she's Guru.
Sweet.
Yes.
I do not yet know enough Guru to be able to discern that with just Prime Sight. So I know you are supernatural and not a mage.
Yep. She just tips the glass back to her mouth and drinks some more whiskey. So, you just come to the bar and study?
It's a safe place.
Drinking?
It's a safe place to study away from our enemies.
No, I never knew a bar to be a safe place to do much of anything besides drink.
Well, it's neutral. It's neutral ground, so.
Yeah. I suppose.
Plus, I don't have to worry about bothering my mentor or my landlord with my boring stories.
Boring stories, huh?
And it beats my apartment or a few of the other places I could study, so.
Alright, fair enough. Dang.
So, Nikolai's kind of just a roll. I can't really roll anything to get more insights out because we don't have John here. I was gonna say if he found something out, he pointed out to Miriam, but he can't. So, so he's just kind of reading it and not getting anything out of it.
Yeah, out of character. As soon as John shows up, Miriam's going to pull that bug and figure out what it learned. But until he does, she can't. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miriam looks at the stuff and then looks at the McKenna and says, "How much do you think we should tell her?"
Nikolai will look her up and down. Probably only as much as we need to. The Guru are busy.
She raises a brow.
Oh, you're a guru.
Yes. Yes, I am.
You'll forgive me, I've mostly only dealt with other mages.
I don't think I've encountered any mages up until Nikolai here. And now you.
Well, it's all new ground, and we're all one nice, big, happy little family, apparently. At least for the time being.
Right, right.
But we're looking into a power plant about 1.5 miles from here,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's doing some bad mojo. But it looks like it's our enemies and not your enemies, so...
We'll handle them.
Yeah.
If we need your help, we know where to look.
Do you? She smiles.
Your holy places, I think they are called, looks incredibly obvious to one with supernatural senses. I'd say we'd have a good idea of where to find you.
If there's one thing we mages are good at, it's knowing where to look.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Pretty good at digging into things myself. She smiles. Bad mojo? Like what kind of bad mojo? I'm just curious.
It's making the rules to... Miriam pauses, trying to figure out how to say this. It's making the rules of reality too static. Too hard to change.
Okay. She looks confused, and then so it's kind of like a weird spiritual thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It restricts the powers of us will workers, essentially.
Restricts, like,
Miriam thinks of how to describe this and basically says, we break the rules by our very existence. And if the rules are harder to break, it restricts our abilities.
she nods. Okay. Well, that sucks.
Yeah. And a lot of the people who don't like us want to make the rules impossible to break. So we think they may be associated.
You even get a
Well,
growl.
have you had
Nikolai
anyone check the other side there?
We've spoken with some people who've checked the other side. For the most part, we're checking this side so we don't leave any traces of our abilities there.
Okay. What did the other people find on the other side that you have looked? I might be able to help, that's all.
Miriam nods, looks at Nikolai, looks back at her, and says, "It seems to be driving the spirits away." And waits for a reaction, because that was something John mentioned.
What? Away? That's not good.
One moment. Yeah, but that was another scene there.
Let's see. Can I roll something to fix it out? Ha! I don't have spirit lore or umbra lore, but I know.
What he's talking about, the reason why it's such an issue for us, we need to be able to manipulate reality. And he'll actually
He's gonna roll a rat. In a place like this, we can do what things that are dangerous for us to do elsewhere. And he's going to use the Body of Light spell. So, for a few moments, McKenna sees a glowing image of Nikolai that seems, like a very idealized, very handsome, very stoic-looking version of him sitting in the air next to him in the same position his body's in, that fades away after a few seconds. He kind of chuckles. If I'd done that outside this bar, I probably would have been vaporized.
More than likely.
You see, reality itself doesn't like it when we do things like that. Reality doesn't like being made our bitch.
Well, nobody
When
likes
you-
to be anybody's bitch.
When you bend the world, it sometimes bends you back.
Okay. There's a price for everything, I suppose. So, no spirit. Wow, that's so weird. She's trying to wrap her drunk brain around no spirits.
Yeah. Miriam thinks a bit on the words of the other guru she's met. And she says, I think it may be associated with the power you call the Weaver.
The Weaver,
That's right. I think that's the right word. We'd call it pattern or static.
Yes. The Weaver. Technology knew the chaos, as it were.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, just
Not
not to the extremes they take it to.
necessary.
Our enemies...
Andy.
Yeah. Miriam, always glad to make enemies of enemies, outright says, our enemies outright call themselves the technocracy, so you can imagine exactly what side they're on.
Ugh. Ugh. That definitely sounds like a bunch of Weaver shenanigans to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question, Ari. If I enchant something with Prime 2, how long does it stay enchanted?
You have to spend successes on duration.
Okay. So I'd have to ritual cast it?
Not really. What's your ret?
3?
Yeah. What you'd have to do is you'd spend at least one success to actually do the thing, and the more successes you spend elsewhere, the longer it lasts.
Okay. Nikolai will look up at McKenna. Do you have a weapon or something that you use to protect yourself, perhaps?
She just kind of like looks down at her. She holds her hands up. She's like, "That's about it. I didn't
I
bring
see.
it here with me."
And he'll smile.
Miriam
She
will...
like raises a brow. Why do you ask?
I was
Miriam will-
going to make a peace offering, you could say.
I didn't know that we were at odds right now.
Not right
I've only
now.
just met you.
Yeah, not right now, but historically, Miriam mutters something under her breath, and you can both make perception alertness to hear what you're saying.
Probably songs of God help us, they're idiots. They're all idiots.
That's It's goddamn hermetics.
I got one success.
Yeah, goddamn hermetics.
He'll chuckle at that. He has enough mage lore to know what a hermetic is.
Yeah, she doesn't have it, so she just like raises a brow and she's like, okay. Well, I don't know what all of the history is, but and I've never met anybody like you guys, so it's kind of hard to.
It's always better to try and prevent conflicts before they happen.
Exactly.
True. Well, I mean, I've only just met you guys, so I can't say I have any beefs with you personally. Hard to make an issue with someone you've just met.
I know. I can think of a few exceptions. He'll give
Oh,
one of the
there's-
vampires. He'll give one of the vamps
There's
in the sitting in the
always
bar
an
a very nasty look.
exception.
Gives
They are
one of
definitely
the
an
vamps.
exception.
Yeah.
Or if, say, you'd done something awful, that would be an exception too, but neither of you have really done anything to set me off yet, so I have no reason to.
Miriam will nod, and she'll say, historically, some of our number have taken things that don't belong to them, given us a bad reputation.
You hear him mutter the exact same thing Miriam said a few minutes earlier.
Yeah, goddamn hermetics.
Well, I don't know what that means, but you guys do, so I'm gonna let you have your
They're
little.
the assholes of the main world.
Yeah,
Is the explanation he'll give.
Yeah, and unfortunately for a long time they were the face of the mage world, so...
Well, the world's full of all kinds of assholes.
Yes, they're the kind of asshole who thinks the world is entitled to deserve themselves. Is entitled to give them everything, rather than work to earn any of it.
God's gift to awaken magic.
No.
Yes, that's what
Just
they
shakes
think.
her head and drinks the whiskey as she's shaking her head.
Be right back, I gotta put some ice cream away.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, while you're sitting here, Nikolai will actually kind of start. He'll look at McKenna. You guru deal with spirits a lot, don't you?
Some of us are better at it than others, but typically, yes, that's how we learn things.
Could one of you do me a favor for a favor?
Well, it all depends on what said favor is. I can't make any promises for anyone but myself.
Understandable. And he'll reach into his backpack and pull out a wooden totem. This one is
Okay, I'm back.
This one is a tiger totem. You could get one of your guru to do something with this, perhaps see if it has the potential to hold spirits. I would be more than happy to make some weaponry or some armor for your people. Perhaps for those among your people who can't defend themselves as well.
What? She looks at it and she's like, I personally don't know much about doing that or how to do it. I know people that probably could. The question is, what precisely do you want done with it? I mean, I know there are many different types of spirits. I'm not sure what you want exactly.
One moment. Sorry, what?
What's the purpose of
Something to deal with.
the items?
Something to help me deal with the leeches.
Deal with them as in end them? She kind of smiles.
Perhaps, if that would make your shamans happier to help.
Well, if I recall correctly, some of the city dwellers made a deal with them, but as far as I know, my elders technically haven't. So, what are you thinking? Sunlight? Fire?
Perhaps something that makes them as afraid as they get when you confront them with sunlight or fire. I know they have quite a fear of that.
Miriam smirks a bit and says, perhaps you could simply infuse it with purity of faith. That seems to drive them away.
I prefer to use the totems for their intended purpose.
She does have a point, though.
Where would I happen to find such faith? The wheel does not encourage faith in itself, only that you continue the cycle.
Miriam actually raises a hand.
Nikolai just kind of raises an eyebrow at that.
One moment. One moment.
Yeah, I gotta go get something to drink soon anyways. I'm getting very
Parched.
dry. Yeah, parched.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait until we finish this.
Right.
I think you have to tell it to eject through the software.
You notice you're close enough now that if you care to look, you can try and make a perception awareness roll to see what's on the ring that Nikolai has.
Perception awareness? I don't
Oh no,
have
perception
awareness.
alertness, not awareness.
Alright.
I set the wrong thing.
What's the diff? Standard?
You're close enough, and it'd be diff probably 4.
Okay, well then I have 4.
This whole thing here.
Okay, well you see it's inscribed with a series of numbers
Software.
and what it look like numbers and dashes, but they are all appear to be randomly jumbled. It's a Celtic knot ring, but instead of straight lines, the knots are the lines of the knot are numbers.
She actually, when she notices that, she leans forward and motions at his hand. Do you mind?
I think I accidentally turned it off.
She'll hold it out so she can look.
I've never used one of these before.
She'll lightly take his hand and bring it towards her so she can get a better look at it.
Figure it out.
She just nods. Nice.
And there is the eject button.
And she lets go of his hand.
He'll take it back, and he goes back to twisting the ring.
And she drinks more of her whiskey and kind of just sets the glass down for half a second. I'm going to have to roll another stamina roll, I think. As she's drinking this whiskey on the rocks. Okay, she's doing better than she was before. She's picking back up, as it were. She kind of tilts her glass and she's like, "So, do you have a poison of choice?"
I don't drink very often. It impairs my movements when I hunt.
Ah, well, I so happen to like this beverage very much.
How the fuck do I open this fucking CD tray?
Sorry.
There it is.
Find it on the front?
Found it. Yeah, and it's hard to find, and
I'm sure it is. Unless you know where it is, I'm sure. It's not well designed, okay?
because they originally designed it so you needed to connect and use the voice
I gotta
command.
see this.
So if you wanted to eject it, you'd have to say Xbox eject.
Whatever.
So, Nikolai will look at McKenna. Do you have any contact information?
Sorry about that.
No, I
Ah.
understand.
I do. And she writes down a phone number.
Do you just write it on a piece of paper?
Yeah.
You see him take it, say thank you. He puts the paper down, takes the ring off, sets the ring on top of it. Make a quick roll. Good. So the paper essentially kind of folds into the ring, and you see there's a new set of numbers all jumbled up, not in order, in his ring. He takes and puts it back on. He smiles at McKenna.
So that's what that's for, huh?
Yep.
Very, very nice. Handy.
Yes, as long as I don't lose it. So I guess I can make copies.
It's better than.
I think I actually technically could, couldn't I, Ari, with Matter and Prime too?
Is it a wonder?
Nope.
Then yeah, probably.
Awesome. Yeah, that's his contact, his ringtone, I like to call it.
His ringtone.
So he'll look back at Miriam. So you possess true faith, I hear.
She nods. With the right combination of mind and prime, it may be possible to conduit that true faith through an object.
A potent weapon if those bloodsuckers decide to harm someone you care about and you're not there.
Exactly.
I prefer more direct approaches when they do stuff like that.
Vampires.
Nikolai just kind of sitting there. He's every few minutes he'll throw glances over at the vampires and kind of just appears to be watching them pretty closely.
All right. She actually like glances across too. Just shakes her head. Why? Why do they even have to be here?
Yeah.
By the way, by this point, McKenna would probably have noticed that Miriam's been drinking this glass of water, and she's never needed a refill.
She's just like watching the glass as her glass quickly empties because she's not.
Miriam looks over at her and slams back the glass, and before your eyes, it sort of refills all the way back up to the top.
That's a neat trick. She looks at her glass. I wish whiskey did that.
No, I don't think she's that kind. I don't think she's that kind of legend. I don't think she's that type of legendary.
No, it's a gift that I cannot turn off.
You know, he's making a joke about turning water into wine.
Right.
Making a joke about Jesus.
A guy walks into the bar. He's a very, thick, muscly guy, only wearing a pair of pants and, a sock toboggan over the top of his head so you can't see his hair. And he walks over to McKenna.
She just looks at him.
No, I didn't even need to roll for that. I still have prime side up, so I know he's supernatural.
And
So do I. Yay.
comes, and she says, "Well, how are you? I'm glad to see that you have pants, at least."
Yes, they made me have some.
They probably should have made you have a shirt too.
They were very insistent about pants and didn't worry about much else.
Well, fair enough. She kind of looks at her hoodie and then looks at him and she's like, no.
He sits down on a bar stool and it groans a little bit. Ugh.
Yeah, she's just gonna pull the hoodie off and say F it, and if he's gonna destroy it, I'm certain, but she's like, just put this on for now.
All right. We'll
have to hook you up with something else later.
He puts on the hoodie and it is definitely just way too small for his big barrel body.
And she just kind of, like I said, you probably demolished that thing, but she literally puts her hand over her face and turns her head, and you can roll your perception alertness if you want to see what she is mouthing.
He doesn't care.
3 successes.
I'll roll mine one moment. Two successes.
Alright, yeah, you see her mouthing, and who let him out, and why? Why did they let him out?
Friend of yours?
She smiles and nods, and then she looks at him, and she looks at Wild One here, and she's like, "Care to introduce yourself? Would you like a drink?" She smiles. This is Miriam and Nikolai, by the way.
Oh, hello.
She's like, "Actually, no, you want a drink. You want a drink." And she gets up with her glass, and she's like, "Ha, I'll be right back."
He shrugs.
She goes and gets two more. She goes and gets 2 more drinks, and she finishes her first one while she's at the bar, and brings the other 2 back, and hands Wild One here a glass.
Give me 1 second, I'm looking something up.
She says, "I hope you like that."
Okay. So while you guys are sitting here, his chair is no longer groaning under his weight. It all of a sudden just stops groaning under his weight.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Miriam half expects it to snap, but then prime side up, you did an effect, didn't you?
I used Matter 2 to transmute it to, basically what I did is I turned the inside of the legs to marble with just a covering of wood, so it still looks like wood. So it's a lot stronger now.
Okay. It's coincidental.
That's
So happen to
Yep,
notice
it's
that
coincidental.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just so happen to notice that the interior of those legs are marble. Neat.
Mm-hmm.
The bear does not notice or care.
So, what brought you out tonight? She gives him a pat on the back.
I like seeing man things.
Gotcha. Well, you should try that.
Well, who doesn't like seeing man things, Miriam quips.
He will,
Nikolai chuckles.
he will just take the shot and shoot it straight back, and then he will gasp.
Oh God, have you ever drank before?
No, he will gasp and choke. And
Oh God.
Hey, Ari, if I'm reading this right, can I create fire with prime matter too?
No, that fire's a force, not a
She-
matter.
Okay.
She gives that a hearty chuckle, and she's like, "How does that feel?"
feels like burn.
She drinks it, and she's like, "It burns good, doesn't it?"
My chest hurts.
You get used to it after a while.
Nikolai just chuckles again.
Miriam smirks.
Would you like another?
I do not know. But I must experience more, so yes.
Yes, McKenna is on a mission to get the bear drunk.
Yes.
Metric truckload of stamina.
Yes, well, she's given up on just the glass here, and she's gonna buy a bottle, and she'll refill your glass.
This will not end well.
Is there a way you are supposed to drink this, or am I supposed to choke every time?
Slowly is best, my friend. That was a lot to take in at once. Props to you, by the way.
Miles, no McKenna.
Props.
Lincoln.
What is props?
It means good work, good job,
Oh,
job well done.
It's short for proper gratitude.
Yes.
Then he will try sipping the fire water, which goes over much better.
Yes, it's delightful. It's one of my favorites. It's called whiskey.
Whiz key. Yes, it was good.
Whiskey. Yes, whiskey.
Whiskey?
Whiskey, yes, whiskey. Jameson, to be more precise.
Has McKenna started drinking water
she
yet?
spins the bottle.
Jameson
Shows it
makes
to him.
good whiskey.
I think it's good anyway. There are people that would disagree with me, but they're wrong.
Preach it.
Oh, she takes another sip of her whiskey, and she's shaking her head at the bear, like.
And
So,
you hear that as this guy walks in from outside. Fuck, it's cold out there.
The bear, the very large man breaks out into a very wide grin.
Yes.
Miles.
Large man is a fucking understatement. This guy makes Hulk Hogan look like a fucking pipsqueak.
He walks up and just like goes right up and like hugs him real big.
Oh, Jesus, fuck me.
No, you cannot.
Back, Chia Bear, back!
Well, I'm sure if you find the appropriate realm, that could be arranged.
Say fuck, what?
He stops hugging him. Miles will notice that he's in a hoodie that is like 3 sizes too small for him.
Yeah, he's bulging out of it, like parts
I
that
look-
are ripping. It's probably
I-
ripping at the seams.
I look over at McKenna. What the fuck did you do?
What do you mean, what the fuck did I do?
This is your fault. This has got your fucking drive written all fucking over it.
Calm down, calm down. The man
Okay.
came in here shirtless. She remedied that.
Yes. And yes, I was here first. I wasn't expecting him to show up. I just helped him out.
And
I'm only showing the man a good time.
oh
She's
yeah,
half drunk, by the way.
yeah. I'm real certain that you're showing him a real good time.
Oh, come on, Miles.
She
Chill
is giving-
out.
He is
You
giving-
want some? She turns the
Chill
bottle
out.
of Jameson to him.
Chill out.
You know you want some.
Hey Ari, check your PMs real quick on Facebook.
You know what?
Give me a moment.
The only way fine. How about this, McKenna? How about shot for shot, you and me?
Oh, God.
Yes.
All
I think
right.
she's had a good start.
Oh,
Miriam,
How
I'm
many,
starting
how
to see
many,
her
how
empty.
many, how many do you think she's had on me? I'll catch up.
just 1 second, Holly,
Oh, God, she's
before
had
you accept this.
Before I accept this.
Check the thing.
Just 1 second.
What is shot?
The answer, Joey, is yes.
Okay.
But
Nickel-
it's going to be vulgar unless you do things that are the same color. So
Come on, let's do it.
She says,
McKenna is class.
oh,
Nikolai will actually get up, walk over to McKenna, lean in her ear, and whisper something, and I'm gonna PM you what he whispered.
But what if we just hear you with perception alertness?
Yeah.
you can roll perception alertness first.
Yeah, you
Because
gotta
Exactly.
roll it.
Preternatural beings.
Can you roll me 6, Josh?
Got it. And you got 2, so that's 6.
Yes, I have 6 successes to hear you whisper.
Isn't touched? It has to be relating to the deity that touched you, though. That's how I read it. It has to be a roll relating to them.
No, not at all. It says it explicitly explains it in the book.
Well, how about
She
this? If he
glances at
doesn't
him.
hear it, I sure as fuck do.
He said, "Drink vodka instead. Don't drink beer. Drink vodka."
Oh, she's drinking whiskey, but she just kind of glances at him and she's like, change of pace wouldn't hurt.
You know, I don't even fucking care what you
The bottle's half gone anyway. If we're gonna do this, we might as well do it right? Except the whole bottle.
You're buying, right?
Yeah.
Well, fucking A. All right, how many have you had? I'll catch up. I'll fucking make it even.
She counts 1, 2 shots, and she looks at the glass in her hand, and this is 3 on the rocks.
Glug,
She hands him the
Glug,
rest of the bottle.
glug, glug,
She
Check,
hands
check.
him that.
glug,
Alright,
glug,
dude, we gotta save
Glug.
some for
glug.
our buddy here, you know.
Sets
much
it
of
down. I think
Nikolai's
we caught
watching the two of you. He's
I think
watching
we
Miles
caught
and
up.
McKenna.
Stamina.
He's watching Miles and McKenna with an amused look on his face.
And she'll pour what's left of the bottle into the bear's glass.
And I apparently actually will have to pull up his sheet for this.
Yes, you will.
Shut up, don't tell me what to do, woman.
And she says, I'm gonna go get that new bottle now. And we'll say she comes back with a nice bottle of vodka.
Vodka!
Nikolai is rubbing his necklace, that very nice necklace you see him having in his picture, by the way.
Who the hell's
With a
this?
few fresh shot glasses.
Miles looks at Nikolai and goes, "Who's the pretty boy?"
And he'll get
Oh.
Nikolai directs a completely unimpressed look at Miles. Nice to meet you, too. By the way, Miles and PJ, or
Nikolai.
Miles and
Nikolai.
Wild One,
Miles.
Just really quick, Miles and Wild One hear the faint screaming of children and the faint crackling of a fire around them.
What?
Did anybody else fucking hear that?
I hear like children screaming all of a sudden.
Yeah, so do I. Wait a minute.
You've been hearing it since you walked in the bar. I just now remembered that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Okay, well then I'm going
echoes.
to leave because I think this place is tainted.
No, this place isn't tainted. It's
Well,
neutral ground. It's not tainted.
He will hear it, and all of a sudden he hears children screaming, and he's like, "No, this is wrong."
What's with the children screaming, guys?
She just
Echoes.
kind
I'm
of,
gonna look at Nikolai, and
So
he's
is,
gonna say,
she kind of like looking at him too because she heard the
Yeah.
same thing when she walked in.
guys, Miriam's gonna look at Nikolai, and she's gonna say, sometimes when us mages get our powers, we get things we can't turn off. And she slams back the glass of water she has and shows everyone that it fills up. He can't stop that noise.
Miles looks at McKenna. Name breakers? Really? You hanging out with name breakers now?
Hey, these guys ain't bad. They're fun. They're fun.
Oh my god.
And she pulls the shot glasses out. She sets the shot glasses down on the table and fills them, and she's like, "Bottoms up."
Holly, you don't have to
Wait
roll
for it.
stamina check
Wait for it.
yours.
Holly, this is an official challenge, is it not?
It's just drinking. I'm not sure if it counts as an official challenge, but
I'm looking at you and I go, this counted as a full-on challenge?
challenge for what?
Honor.
Bring it on, bitch.
Oh. All right. And yeah, you go ahead. You take that first one.
Bunk.
And Miles just pops his back and is fine.
And
Yeah.
Holly knows that she is cheating at the challenge.
Holly knows that she's cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's drinking water and you're drinking vodka.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? We're gonna be here all night long then.
That's okay. I'm probably gonna lose on her for that one, but
Actually, Nikolai could be a real ass and churn one of your vodka into gasoline.
oh god.
Gasoline is
Please
definitely
don't.
not the same color as vodka.
No,
he
you
doesn't
could,
care if it's vulgar.
you could. Well,
Raise the alcohol
you should care if it's
content.
vulgar because then you get paradox. But no, you can turn it into raw ethanol.
Make it stronger
That's
alcohol.
right. Come on. Let's go. Next shot.
Right. She pours them
Vodka
up
ethanol.
and does a shot.
And Miles takes his shot and pops right back and just puts the shot glass down.
She fills them up again.
He takes it and sets it back down.
So only the first one was water, though.
That's because I'm having out-of-character issues and I can't roll right now.
Haha!
Ha!
The world is on my side, Holly. You're actually drinking. Roll stamina, biatch.
No, she's not. I'll transmute it into water as it's going down her throat.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
The dip to do something like that on something you can't see is harder.
Yeah, you need correspondence too,
Yeah.
Okay.
because otherwise magic has a range of line of sight.
Okay.
Biatch.
Well, part of it was out of character issues, so that's technically cheating because he was out of character issues with me.
Alright, keep it going.
Pour some more. Slam it back.
Slams it back, sets it down. Notice what I'm not doing this entire time, guys.
Yeah, you should be rolling stamina here.
I should be.
Unless you activate resist toxin.
Do you have alcohol tolerance?
I've got resist.
So do I.
So technically, you're cheating anyway.
Yeah,
so
but
technically both of you are
yours is
cheating.
But mine's
apparently.
not active.
Yeah, apparently Holly's turned hers off to be able to get drunk. I didn't.
So I'm just evening out the score.
Cheat to win.
Damn straight. I'm a fucking bonar. Fuck off.
Well, eventually, they're just gonna finish the bottle.
Well, you're gonna
Right.
keep rolling stamina until something bad happens.
The mage is just going to keep turning it to water.
Yeah.
Unless he botches and then he gets wrecked.
Oh god, I get wrecked. Oh god.
Yeah, he's gonna have to roll for each time he does it.
He has plenty of quintessence to spend.
Alright.
It still doesn't stop you from botching on 3 dice.
Yep.
Yeah,
So keep
True.
it going.
Quint doesn't stop you botching. It just
Next
Yeah,
roll.
but you
She,
can use it
she
for
pours
difficulty.
another shot, takes a drink.
Roll your stamina.
So you're going to spend a quint on every roll.
No.
We're,
Okay.
we're gonna
Well,
be
it doesn't
like
lower
that,
the
I'm gonna
diff
leave the
after the
hangout.
roll is rolled.
Yeah, you have to spend a quint before you roll.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well then having quint doesn't matter in this situation.
Okay.
Alright.
And that was not for the water, by the way.
Oh, what was that one for?
Okay.
You just
I'm
turned
wrong.
the bear's chair back into wood.
I'm
Okay.
rolling.
You have to. You should really be declaring what you're rolling before you roll.
I suppose I need to roll my stamina for that shot then. Which, hey, I think I'm legit. Got 2.
I'm fine. I'll grab the bottle and I'm putting the shot glasses off to the side, and I'm grabbing larger glasses and I'm moving those into the play range. And I'm gonna say I grab like a pint glass for each of us, and I pour about that much in each, maybe about a triple. Effectively upping the stamina check for you.
Oh, God.
Okay. As soon as this scene's over, I'll cook. Ow.
She just looks at him and then looks at it and lifts up the glass.
Oh, you're not gonna. You can bow out.
You okay?
It's okay. I'll accept an honorable surrender.
What?
No. No. No, no.
You need to try this.
Hey, I don't have one of those.
Feel free.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I got the biggest one here anyhow, so I'm not worried about it. But thanks.
Maybe you should take some naproxen.
Oh. Well, all right then, Josh. She lifts up the glass. Cheers.
They won't move like that.
And she, oh God.
Help with the information.
She drinks. She'll take it back. Not to brag. Stamina for drinking these.
Well, first off, what's your stamina to begin with?
3.
So you've gone past your 3 automatics for your 3 stamina, and you've succeeded on 3 rolls, and now this has got to be diff 10.
I need to get one of these next month.
Oh, F that, because I'm looking at this. And if he leaves, I know what's going on. I've been drinking prior to this.
Uh-huh.
Hey, hurry.
I am definitely kicking a willpower
One moment.
to not
Yes.
port my guts out. Because vodka is not my usual. So I have my willpower. And I'm throwing this back.
All right, let's
And
see.
2 with the willpower. Bam.
Can't see anything on your screen, Holly.
That's a 10. There's 1 10 there and an auto success for willpower.
Not seeing anything from you. I don't believe it.
I bel-
Picture it didn't happen.
How come you're the only one that can't see my dice?
I
Can I
also cannot see your dice.
Nobody can see your dice, Holly.
But I believe you because why lie about something trivial?
Right.
Because she's Holly and don't know her.
Especially when I was
I'm kidding,
saying
I'm kidding.
stuff earlier. No, I have two 10s.
Is your camera just off?
No, it's on.
Yeah, because I got nothing from you. Oh, there we go. Maybe. No.
Maybe, no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Maybe.
No.
No. Anyhow. All right. More. More. Come on. You got another one in you?
What
What do you
probably
think?
about to finish it. Well, let's see how much
Should we
of the
just
bottle
finish
is
the
actually
bottle?
left. How much of the bottle is actually left at that point? We did like 4 or 5 regular shots.
There's probably about half a bottle left. So it'd be a quarter bottle for each of us. What do you think? Should we just do that? Let's just do that. And he pours the rest of the bottle between the two glasses.
Oh god. Hold up here. Yeah, you know you have to activate resist toxin, right?
No, you do not.
You don't?
No, you do not.
Well, hell.
It is just on unless you deactivate it to be able to drink, which you have apparently done.
Yep. Which, okay.
I can look it up. I can look it up for you if you want.
Whatever. She's, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna be the willpower dropper because I'm not gonna. He helped me. He did what he wanted to do. Well, I'm not gonna continue to cheat.
You're gonna lose. You're gonna run out of willpower eventually.
The Philodox in me shouldn't have cheated. If I had won this fully with cheating, I would have felt terrible.
You would have, and you should.
Right, so I'm dropping 1 on this because I'm guessing this is a diff 10 as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I dropped that 1.
I'm just fine. Come on. Oh, it looks like we need a new bottle. Yeah, system. System. The werewolf is permanently immune to mundane poisons, from arsenic to alcohol, and has 3 dice to resist to the effects of enhanced toxin. Blah blah blah. The gift may be turned off at will, such as for enjoying alcohol. Page 174.
Holly.
Yes.
Wild one will walk up and grab your glass and lick the inside to taste
Yeah, you can imagine what vodka tastes like.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Well, Wild one's like, all of these things taste bad.
So you're probably wondering why I had him buy candles and water.
Most of them are pretty bad. You know, hey, let's. That's a good point. You know what? Chia Bear's got a point here. These all taste bad. Let's up the ante. He leans over.
You buying if you're up in the
Old Patrick School might be closed.
He runs. He looks into his pocket. Yeah, sure. And he looks over to the barkeeper, and he's like running his fingers across the files. That one.
A bunch of candles.
And he points at Jepson's Malort.
Oh god.
Does that taste better?
Oh, McKenna, look what Uncle Miles found.
She says, you know what, Miles? I think our friend here would really like to taste some of that.
I'm looking for the challenge. And we're going to finish this challenge before anybody else gets it.
Oh.
And Josh is muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Luckily, you all heard me anyhow because
Of
Holly
my
never
mic.
mutes her mic.
Oh.
And he goes,
Raisins.
he goes, we're gonna finish this, but we're not giving anybody else any of this until we finish our challenge. I'm not buying just to end up having to give it away and not have enough to watch you sprawled out on the ground. Or you could just give up right now, McKenna. You could do that.
No, no, no. You could give up. That would be more entertaining to me.
You're gonna pass out and bash your head off the table.
No, I'm not.
No, I will catch her. She is fine.
You don't do no such thing. If she passes out, you let what happens. It'll be considered interfering in a challenge if you do.
It is not a challenge to hit the ground. It is a challenge to see who can stand the most liquor.
Yeah.
Oh, see, he's catching on. He's catching on.
Whatever. Glass. Malort. Drink.
She looks at it. All right.
How many willpower you got left, Holly?
Enough.
Oh, yeah?
Cheers to you. And yeah, willpower drop.
Yes.
My wallet.
Yes,
How big of a glass did you fill, for the record?
About a triple shot in the pint glass again.
Okay. She slams it back. I'm dropping a willpower. Good thing I dropped the willpower.
That's like her 4th willpower drop in a row.
No, it's a third.
Alright, we can do this all night long.
Miriam is just sitting back and drinking water.
Because that's what Miriam drinks. Always.
Well, it's because she has an unending supply of it.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she has an unending supply of it.
The bear is finishing off his whiskey.
And you'll go, alright, try this. Try a little of this. And he puts a splash of it in the bear's glass. Again, Holly, roll it. There's another shot in front of you.
Okay.
At this point, Miriam's going to get a little bored and is going to start playing Tetris.
Dun, 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 dun,
Is it
dun,
another triple?
dun, dun, dun. Yes. Dun, 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 dun,
The
dun.
bear drags his tongue like
She looks at her other glass that she had finished the Jameson in, and she just kind of slides that. She's like, seriously? You want to finish this bottle, right?
Looks like we're gonna have to if you won't give up.
bear.
Alright.
Definitely, after tasting Merlot, will drag his tongue across the table and be like, ugh.
No, it's called Malort.
Malort, yes.
It's look it up. Just look up Jepson's Malort. It is the worst. It's commonly
terrible.
perceived to be the worst alcohol in the world, and I like it.
But we're not shooting it in mass quantities either.
Did you drop a willpower? I didn't hear you say it.
No, I didn't drop a willpower.
Oh, you fail!
How do I fail when we're not drinking the whole glass? It was diff 10 when we were drinking the whole glass.
Because you're so far past your stamina rating, and you've been drinking so much that it is clearly a div 10 at this point. No matter what you're drinking. I could put pucker in that glass and you'd have to roll at div 10.
I think at this point it'd be diff 10 to resist having a bladder explosion at this point.
Right?
Who has to go to the bathroom? No.
Alright, so, you fail. Holly, roleplay out how McKenna fails.
Oh god. Let's see, it's not like she botched, so it's not like she's gonna Ralph everywhere. And it's
No,
not like
but she
she's
has
gonna...
been drinking Jameson.
Yep,
and then-
she literally
and
just
then-
like starts
and then
sliding
vodka.
down into the table.
And then Malort. And sure enough, thud. Her head hits the table.
Sliding. I
And-
didn't say thud, she's just like kind of just sliding into the, like with her
And,
head and her elbow, like, oh god. Oh.
and Miles just looks at everybody and goes, "Will somebody get that phone? Because I called it."
The bear
win.
looking around, he starts patting you down looking for a phone.
There's a phone in my pocket.
He gets you out her phone and hands it to you.
Oh god.
Oh my God, Chia Bear. You're never allowed to drink again.
What? I am doing strongly.
You're doing strongly. All right, good to hear. Hi, I'm Miles, by the way. I didn't catch your name. And he's looking at Miriam.
Miriam Cohen, she says, looking up from her laptop where she's obviously playing Tetris.
Looking way up. He towers above the small woman.
She doesn't seem phased by this.
Is Chia Bear disrespect? Do you not understand?
Alright.
It's a term of endearment.
Oh my God. You've got a computer there. Will you pull up what a Chia Pet is and show him?
She shrugs and nods. Does so, turns it around so he can see.
Get it?
Oh. This little bear has plants growing out.
Yeah.
She's just gonna sit here for a moment. I'll be right back.
And meanwhile, yeah, McKenna is passed the shit out on the floor. You know, she's really passed out. Miriam,
Yes.
Yes.
got a marker?
No. Sorry, I only carry pens.
A pen will work?
She looks at McKenna and she looks at him and says, fine. Gets out her pen and hands it over. It's just a ballpoint pen.
And he walks over to her and he kind of maneuvers her up easily because he's massive and sets her up on her chair. And on her, around her lips, he writes, "Insert penis here," on McKenna's mouth. And then he's going to put a star on her nose. And he'll hand the marker, the pen over to Wild One. And he's kind of laughing at it to himself as he walks back. And he says,
With this pen.
"Write something funny on her face. It's something you do to people who pass out first.
Mm.
It's tradition."
Okay. And he will, draw something that is not very funny to anyone else, but is incredibly funny to him. And it's like he draws little acorns on her eyelids.
Nice.
And he chuckles, and then he passes the pen to Miriam. Alright, you must do a thing.
That's right, Miriam. You must do a thing.
Miriam twirls the pen around a bit. She's not really one to fall to peer pressure. But instead, she writes on her. She grabs her arm and writes backwards. "We drew things on your face" on her arm. So she has to hold. She has to hold her arm up to the mirror to figure it out.
Yep. That's a bummer. And hey, what's Miriam's breed form?
Human, because she's a mage.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Miriam. McKenna. M names. Hey, Holly. What's McKenna's breed form? Okay, good. With all this pestering of McKenna, she should probably roll stamina. Yeah.
I figure while she's passed out, give me a minute.
What do you think we're doing while you're passed out?
Passed out. You're not raping my corpse or anything. Oh, wait, I'm not a corpse.
No, we're not raping you, Holly. Why is that the first thing that you go to?
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh my God, you're ST, everybody.
Yeah, Holly, you somehow think the werewolf game is a Sabat game?
You're probably
Yeah,
saying,
all of a
"Oh,
sudden
you're
you're-
you're probably like covering me in garbage or drawing dicks on my face or something."
If we were BSDs, we would be raping you.
Yeah, if we were BSDs, maybe we'd be raping you.
Or like I said, you turn it into a Sabat game.
Yeah. Well, what the hell? Jeez, oh Pete. But, so, Miriam. And he sits down next to you. Thud.
Alright.
What's your story there?
Well, I'm from New York. I was raised in an ultra-Orthodox Jewish household, joined the military to get away from it, lost faith, found faith again, and now I'm a mage.
Fuck, that's it in a nutshell, I guess.
It's nice and concise.
So, why the hell would you come here and not, like, go someplace warm? Why would you come here now?
I came here because it's not New York, and it was convenient.
There's a lot of places that aren't New York.
Yes, but it was also convenient.
Well, what makes it so damn convenient?
What is convenience?
Easy.
My craft, my organization of mages that I work under, needed some extra hands over here, and so after my apprenticeship, they financed me coming here.
No shit. So they paid you to move here?
Basically, at the very least, they paid my plane fare.
Think they'd pay me to move out of here?
You see another man walk in.
Miriam looks at him and says, "I don't know. You'd have to be a member of the Celestial Chorus for them to pay you to do anything." And I don't think she looks him up and down. And is he wearing any religious accoutrement at all?
No.
Yeah. And she looks him in the eye, and she looks him up and down, and she says, "I don't think you're the material, even if you were a mage."
Oh, what? Not good enough for your little singing club? I got a great singing voice, I'd have you know.
Okay, if you really want to, they meet in a church.
Okay, I've been to some churches before.
Fuck,
And
Wolf, why do you wish to go with these celestial things?
And before he can answer, she says, and they sing most often about religion and faith, and it fuels all of our magic. For we are all part of one in the prime, under God's great green earth.
There are many things in the sentence I do not understand.
It's not something that seems like your style.
Man, you don't even know my style. I got piles of style, alright? I got so many styles that I can do whatever style I want, you know? But I sure as hell don't like being told that I'm not good enough for somebody's little choir when, you know, just because. Who do you think you are, lady? Thinking you can tell me that I'm not good enough for your little Celeste Saltine choir.
Fuck, Wolf, you seem upset.
Yeah, I'm upset. I always get upset when I'm told I'm not good enough for something.
At this point, another man enters the bar wearing a blue kilt with two wolves at his feet.
Oh boy, now Miriam is crazy outnumbered.
Holy shit balls, he just brought wolves, man. We're getting real.
He walks up to Miriam, and he'll actually hold his hand out to shake her hand.
Miriam will blink and shake his hand.
You already met him, if you remember. Remember they had the...
I know, it's just... He's coming up to shake her hand, but Miriam will look back at at Miles and say, "It's not that you aren't good enough. It's that I don't think you'll be very happy there."
Yes, fuckwolf, you must be out in the open to say your fucks.
What? What did you just say to me, Bear?
I said you must be free and in the open to say all your fucks, fuckwolf.
Yeah. McKenna just kind of sits up and she rubs her face a little bit. Rubs her eyes. Oh, shit. And she just looks around.
You see the other Fianna has arrived, by the way, and he's actually looking very pissed for a Theurge, because he just noticed you.
And by the way, she's got things drawn on her
Yeah,
face.
I was here for that part. That's why he's looking so pissed.
And Miriam looks at
What?
McKenna, the Arun decided to act like a cub and draw on your face.
Oh, fuck. Oh, asshole, what did you do?
Fuckwolf told me this is a ritual that you do when someone goes unconscious first while drinking.
Sings looks at the bear and he goes, "Yes, it's a weaver ritual."
Hey, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Oh, she literally gets up
And if you do, and Sings will actually go, and if you do it right, or if you do it the wrong way, it is actually a weaver ritual. And I need to look up my charisma subterfuge.
Oh god, she literally gets up and stumbles to the bathroom.
Because I'm rolling persuasion to try and persuade the bear that.
Oh, you're actually rolling persuasion? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
McKenna gets up and
try.
stumbles to the bathroom.
Charisma. I know I wrote. I'll spend a willpower on it too, since it's diff 7.
Holly?
Goddamn ones.
Can
You do
McKenna
not activate persuasion.
Yes.
Holly, can
But
McKenna
your bear's also what?
backwards?
Intelligence 1.
I'm sorry,
it's
repeat
definitely
what that
You know the
Josh?
difference anyways?
I have 6%, or I have perception empathy pool of 6.
What am I rolling?
I didn't ask you to roll anything. I asked if you could read backwards.
If I could read backwards?
Yeah, can McKenna read backwards?
it's McKenna's got
No,
stuff on
but
her
if I
arm
look-
that's written it so that it needs to be read in a mirror.
As I say, if I'm going into the bathroom, I'm going by a mirror.
Yeah, it's the stuff on her arm just says, "We drew stuff on your face." Just backwards so that you have to read it in a mirror.
But the stuff in the mirror is backwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
can you read?
starts- I can read.
All right. If you can read backwards, it says, "Insert penis here."
Well, I was gonna say she can read. She can't read backwards. She might take a moment to focus on it, to figure it out.
And you have a star on your nose and acorns on your eyelids.
She just face palms as she turns the water on and washes her face.
Yeah, it's not like it's permanent
Gosh,
or anything. It's just a
Right.
ballpoint pen. So, Sings, what brings you around here?
I was looking for my tribe mate. He has his arms crossed and an eyebrow raised at the bear and the Arun. Not in a he's pissed way, more he's very, very disappointed in you. I thought we had some Cleath in here, but it's obvious we have a couple of cubs out for a night on the town.
I look at Chia Bear like, oh look, one of his tribe failed a drinking contest and now he's all pissed.
I am confused. What have I done to make me less than I am in your eyes?
When did any one of your brothers, since when did your type ever look down on people for getting a drink on?
Well, I happen to know that as a Fianna, she should have been perfectly fine if she used any of the gifts our people normally possess. Meaning if she lost, she either wanted to lose, or was influenced to lose.
No, you must answer. You insult me. Why?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. My headphones came unplugged.
Okay.
He
They have
asked
a bad habit of doing
why
that.
he's what he's done to seem like less than he is in your eyes.
He'll look the bear up and down. Not you technically, more him for being what's a word you'll understand? A leader in something he shouldn't be leading others in.
No, then you must apologize because you said he and I. You said we have a pair of cubs instead of Clive. I am not.
Yeah.
Regardless, I am Arcus, but
Yeah.
your point is understood.
Yeah.
I will not take back my statement.
Uh,
You should have known better than to just blindly follow someone into doing something.
They were explaining things to me. Your tribesmate also explained things to me that are rules when doing this drink. But if you will not recant, then when I see you on the bond, I wish to fight.
Man, doesn't Stag have rules about being a fuckhead buzzkill? Yeah, he just went there.
The
Go ahead.
werewolf.
Roll your rage.
after some time of washing her face and her arm, McKenna will return from the facilities. What's going on, guys?
It's
She
tense.
kind of looks. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, she's like, what's going on, guys?
Your tribesmate has disrespected me and refuses to apologize, so I am wishing to fight him.
He disrespected me too, but I don't really give a fuck.
She raises a brow.
I am just watching this conversation.
And she just kind of, okay, so what did he do?
Captain killed
Hold on a second.
pissed off because you lost a drinking.
Her losing the drinking contest is of no importance. The fact that you decided to act childish and right on her face afterwards is not exactly pissed me off, but it's more has me incredibly disappointed in what the Guru have become.
Oh, sorry, Dad.
Not that I'd want to be a father to one like you.
In all fairness,
I
I did
prefer
agree
my-
to the drinking contest. And I knew what that
And
would
at that
imply.
At that point, Miles stands up.
Yeah, if you
Miles
attack
stands
me here,
up.
you're gonna get mind fucked by
Miles stands way.
actually spirit defenses.
I know. Settle down. Clear
She
tits.
looks up and it looks up as Miles. She's
And he
like,
walks across over to thanks. Pardon me. And, you want to get froggy there, chum? You better stop
Things is just
talking
looking
before you
up and
fucking
down.
before your mouth writes a fucking check that you can't cash.
See, Miles, this is why you are fucked.
Oh, come on, guys.
Miriam will sip her drink and she will say, "I'd like to take this moment to remind you that this is neutral ground."
Thank you, Miriam. Thank you. Yes, that is quite enough.
Across the street ain't neutral
Can we
ground.
all just have a good time? Come on.
I was having a great time. I was having a great time until fucking Captain Buzzkill walked in and started being a prick.
She looks at Sings and she's like, "Come on, have a few drinks with us. Have fun. Come on, man."
I will only drink in the presence of my tribe. At least they are not disrespectful to others who have proven they enjoyed their drink too heavily.
Oh man. You don't think that Noah fucking Fianna hasn't messed with another fucking drunken passed out Fianna? Man, fuck you. I ain't even, if that's the type of fucking convoluted dumb shit that you think that you might really be, I got no time for you, man. Fucking dumbass. And Miles will just walk past him and shoulder bump him And walk
Come
out
on,
the door.
guys.
Miles is gone.
Wild One looks at McKenna and says, "He has disrespected me. I will see him on the bond. I wish to fight."
Yeah, add a character. I'm not going to do that because I'm not an idiot and I'm not going to lose my character in a fight. So, no, I don't care. The character's not going to do that.
I mean, that's fine. You can just lose honor for declining a fight.
He's a Theurge. He's not going to be stupid and do that, especially not with a Garal.
Well, a smart Theurge would just have apologized.
She's just like, all right, guys, come on.
Yeah,
Come
you
on.
actually kind of picked on the worst wolf because this guy has issues with tribe and stuff. He doesn't like people disrespecting his tribe. That's why that has happened.
I mean, I don't really care. I am challenging you in front of. I will challenge you in front of the Sept. You will decline. You will lose honor. I will continue to do it off and on until you have no honor and cannot gain rank, or you eventually accept or apologize.
Oh, come on, guys. she's drunk still, but not wasted.
He will hug
She's
McKenna
awake.
and probably just rip out of his shirt and says, "I will see you later. We will discuss things, but I will not stay with someone who has disrespected me because I do not want my rage to fill."
And that's probably best for here. I'll see you later.
And the werebear tries to take off the sizes too small hoodie and just definitely just like rips it to where it's not actually useful and it's like really baggy and useless on McKenna. And then he walks, but he gives it back to her.
Yeah. She raises a brow and just shrugs as she's looking at her hoodie that's now way too much bigger than it was. She looks at Sings and she's like, so...
Did Wild One actually leave the bar, or is he still there?
He's left the bar.
Oh, okay. Sings is gonna rub his forehead.
And she looks at Miriam. So whose idea was it to draw on me?
I didn't. Sorry, I did catch his name. Miles.
Okay, I should know.
I was the one who gave. I didn't want to turn down peer pressure, so I was the one who gave you the warning on your arm.
Thank you.
This and
Appreciate it.
Sings literally says, "That's why we tried to wipe them out in the War of Rage."
Miles. No. Oh, you're referring to the girl. It's like what? No, he's cool, man. He's cool. They're both cool. They're just shit sometimes.
Well, I hope they'll like it when spirits start raining shit on their heads. I am not a Theurge for nothing, you know.
That's
And
all
technically,
I
that would be a
meant.
loss of. Add a character, that would be a loss of honor renown, right? Refusing it, not wisdom renown.
Yeah, it's honor.
Huh, I don't give a fuck anyways. I'm a Theurge.
Yeah, you don't need honor till you hit rank 3.
Yep. So I can turn it down, and I'm good.
Yeah. Anyways, Miriam will look at Sings and will say, have you looked at the power plant about a mile and a half that way?
No. Should we?
You probably should. If I had to venture a guess, it's being used as an operation by our enemies, she says, pointing to herself. And it's doing something bad to the spirits around there.
Well, I can try and do something now.
I'm still collecting information. But
I know, but we can ask one of the spirits what happened.
out of character again, we'll need John for that.
Oh yeah, we will.
Yeah,
forgot that.
it's his plot, so that's why Miriam's saying I'm still collecting information.
Yeah, but that's still the response things would have. Is we can ask one of the spirits now.
If you can arrange it, but it's probably a good idea to think before we do much. Our enemies can track mystical things very well. But from what I've been told, because I can't see spirits myself, it's been driving them away.
Just kind of looks at Sings and Miriam, and she's like, maybe we could check it out one day.
Sings will actually turn
on the other side. Maybe we'll find something your people didn't.
He'll nod and turn to McKenna. I'm sorry about that. They should have known better to act better than cubs.
Whatever, man. It's all fun and games. It's drinking.
It's all fun and games till the hunter comes out, and he grins.
Touche.
All right. Miriam will nod and say, I can tell you what information I have so far.
Sings will nod.
Yeah. Our enemies use what you would call the Weaver to great effect. So a lot of what they do can be tracked through less than magical means. She opens her laptop and she pulls out the data sheet that she had and says, I got this from their computers. It's what electricity the power plant is producing and what it's consuming. What's being consumed by the grid. And
I'm just gonna say, Sings of Blood looks at McKenna. He's a lupus. He has no idea about electricity or any of that shit or how that's important.
Well, she's trying to explain it as simple as she can, and she says, they're making more than they're using, and they've got a secondary generator that makes electricity that is not on any of the records.
You're a spirit guy. You know this stuff, Sings.
Sounds like an overproduction of Weaver spirits in there is probably driving off all the other spirits.
How do you
Yeah, they're doing something. I've got a device hooked up to their computer that will tell me more in a day or two when I can retrieve it.
McKenna's just nodding. Oh. So much stuff going on. This business with your stuff. Oh boy.
He'll actually turn to McKenna. Why was that common folk not drunk and you weren't? You're a Fianna. You have the ability to resist that.
Probably because I came in with the intent to get drunk and I'm not using my abilities.
Were you two drinking equally?
Oh, I'd been drinking long before him.
But did he catch up? And he'll look at Miriam to confirm.
Yeah,
He caught up,
sort of.
but Miriam. Actually, I'm going to do a retroactive perception awareness on
Technically,
this.
he didn't catch up because she'd been drinking before the bottle that he finished.
Yeah, but no,
He shared it with the bear.
He grabbed a bottle of whiskey and he went glug 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 glug.
Yeah, that bottle of whiskey she'd been drinking on, and she'd been drinking on that before she started the whiskey. Before that bottle.
So
she shared that bottle with the
Either way,
girl.
I'm gonna roll real quick something to note, but this is a retroactive roll, and she botched, so yeah, he cut up.
So if he wasn't drunk, he would have been using the same gift that our people have. And he raises an eyebrow at McKenna.
Maybe.
Did he challenge you?
Yes, but she just kind of, she's like, but
No buts, McKenna. We're not going to let cheaters acquire. They don't deserve renown if they cheated to get it.
Well, if you want to be all that technical, you could say that I did too.
How so?
Miriam would have noticed this, and she said another mage, Nikolai, was transmuting the drink into water.
He told me he was doing it, but it was only for the first 3 shots.
And he was using his gift throughout the whole competition, was he not?
Probably. I don't know.
Very well.
If the two of them wish a renown challenge, then they will have a renown challenge. The Philodoxes will decide the issue.
I don't think it's an issue. I am a Philodox. This is just a drinking competition.
Yes, but if they prove they cannot have honor in something as small and inconsequential as a drinking contest, how can we trust them in something as important as dealing with the worm?
I'm telling you that I knowingly did the same thing. That's why I'm not contesting it.
You don't have to contest it.
Well,
Out of character, how many Child of Gaia are on the set?
See, I know there's at least 2 between the 2.
Because I would have some sway with them, especially if one of them is a Philodox.
Well, I know there's a Theurge.
So I do have some sway with the Theurges. Yeah.
A Lupus Theurge at that. Where's the link? I'll tell you how many there are in a minute.
Because just telling you out of character, he's got major issues with protecting his tribe mates. He's not gonna let this go now that he's found out about it.
Okay. Windswept has, let's see.
And since there's no way he's fighting the Arun or the bear, he's got to do it in vampire ways.
I think I only... I thought I had more. Right now I only have 1, but there's always more.
You can always just go over their heads.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And since Unicorn's my spirit totem, if I find a good high-ranking Child of Gaia, I can just go to them.
Right.
And I'm sure the other Fianna won't exactly be happy either. So.
there's a couple of those around as well.
Yeah, so Sings is already. In fact, you see him lean down and whisper in the ears of one of the kinfolk who gets up and pads off. And actually, Sings will just drop him in the Umbra. So Sings will run out in the Umbra with him, and after saying, But first he'll turn to Miriam and bow. I'm so sorry you had to witness that. Our culture is
It was
quite crude.
It was amusing.
Mm.
I
At
will.
least the Arun
It doesn't look. It doesn't diminish your people in any way to me because I don't know enough to have a reputation to diminish.
I will tell the elders that. I'm sure it will mitigate some of the punishment that is coming their way for acting like cubs. He smiles. He nods at McKenna. He'll actually walk up and
She's like,
reach out a hand.
She actually says, I should go. I should go.
Yeah, he reaches out a hand to McKenna. Like,
before you do go, Miriam's going to push a button on her laptop. It procedurally generates a magical circle, and she's going to want it to last longer than that. So yeah, she's going to ritual cast a mental fortitude on McKenna. So hey, you're still drunk, but you can actually see clearer and brain is less
enough to get back.
Yeah, brain's a little less drunk. The alcohol's not gone because I didn't have the life for it, but I've got some mind, so I've given you a bit more mental acuity.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Sings has his hand out to McKenna before he leaves.
Yeah.
She'll take it.
He grasps your forearm, pulls you into a hug, and claps you on the back. Stay safe, tribe mate.
I will. And she looks at Miriam. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm sure we'll meet again.
I'm absolutely certain.
Have a good night.
Good night.
And yeah, she slips out the door.
And that's scene,
Right,
I think.
Yep, so thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that drum-filled scene, and stay tuned for more.